Hi! Happy Sunday, everybody! Hello, Delta. Hello, Blade Vap. And can I just be the first in Vap Chat to say, and wait, no, I'm not. Other people wished you birthday first. Okay, can I be the 15th person in Vap Chat to say, happy birthday? Can I get a sweeblad in the chat, please, everybody? Hello, Chilith. Hello, Sylveon. Armades. Boulder, thank you so much for subscribing for 65 months. All alone on a Sunday evening? God, how pathetic. You should tune into a special Sunday Vap stream. Happy birthday, Blade. We're not all alone. We're together, sort of. We're together the same way everyone was together during the lockdown. Hi, Stumbles. Hello, Mecha Ninja. Good to see you. Let's see. Game Pro. Hello, hello, hello. What else? Not a bad day. Oh no, diverticulitis. That's the worst. You should definitely see a doctor tomorrow. Hello, Flair. Hello, Kiwi. Wednesday is looking awfully different tonight. Hello, Derek V. Stream layout is slowly getting overrun with horn dooters. Thank you for redeeming Hydrate. Thank you, thank you. Whoops, here's my cup. Oh my gosh, my camera is so much closer. Do y'all ever want to see way too much detail of the cup that I drink out of? The cup that I fill myself with microplastics from? Here it is. Okay. See, originally I actually had more little Dratinis tooting their horns all over the stream, and honestly it was just visually hard to look at. So, today we are going to be painting these beautiful Dratini sculptures. I have 3 different versions. There's a couple more that I'm in the process of constructing, but they're not done yet. So we have the sleeping Dratini, adorable, all curled up. And these are oven baked, so they're nice and hard. We have just standard Dratini, which I'm thinking I might make the shiny colors because it's already this really light pale clay. And then I have a secret third Dratini that is currently in the refrigerator because I just took it out of the oven. And you can't put paint on them when they're fresh out of the oven. These are made of Sculpey Primo, which is a high quality sculpting clay, and you take it out of the package and you're like, alright, this is going to be awesome and easy. This is so hard to use. Oh my god. It was agony. So anyway, I've done my best with these. I think they actually got better as I went. I figured out some techniques. Like, I really like the little pose this one's in with its tail curled up. And the third one I think is the best one, which I'll show to you when it comes out of the fridge. And then I have a lineup of Dratini cards down here just to help keep everyone on theme. And as you can see, we have a new sub goal up by popular request. By July 1st, let's see if we can get back to 100. We are currently at 32, and if we get to 100, I'm going to do a Dratini sculpture giveaway, where I will give away a whole bunch of these little things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint them in acrylic so that they actually have eyeballs and, you know, colors and stuff. And then I'm going to be coating them with this fancy gloss that will make them look like actual, like, you know, plastic toys. They'll have like a nice shine to them. Let's see, what do we have here? Everyone make you say happy birthday to Blade if you haven't already. Yes, happy birthday to Blade or I'll blow up this whole building and everyone inside of it. Oh yeah, how was the parade, Delta? I see arts and crafts. Do not bite or taste the sculptures. Yum yum, microplastics. Horn dooter sounds like British slang for random candy. I've got a Mandalorian cup from Burger King I dare not use because it seems like not the greatest quality. Look at those noodles. Glad evening, cute. Stream title, we're sculpting Dratinis. Reality, already sculpted. I want my money back. So originally I planned to sculpt them on the stream, and as I was starting to mess with the dough this afternoon, I realized that I think I would sooner eat glass because this material was so hard to work with. So a Dratini you can open a car window with if need be. For an oven and fridge in relation to them, you can't eat them. I'm claiming false advertising. Boulder redeemed Bite Dratini. Mecha redeemed Poketalk Fake Edition. Okay, so I was looking through the panel joint rewards, which I haven't messed around with in a while, and I realized that Poketalk is on there. And Poketalk used to be that for 30 seconds I would tell you everything I knew about a Pokemon of your choice. And I think I eventually ended up discontinuing it because it's just not that interesting. It was just like stuff you could get on Bulbapedia. I realized it would actually be more interesting if I made up facts. So let's go ahead, let's do 30 seconds. I'm going to tell you as much as I possibly can about Dratini. Go. Ken Sugimori designed Dratini based after a pet earthworm that he got it after a huge hurricane swept over Japan, and he picked up this earthworm outside, and it was sort of swollen at one end, and it inspired the design for Dratini. And Dratini was originally pink to look like this earthworm. You can actually see it in some of the red and green sprites. Like you could tell they were shading it to be more pink rather than blue. But then they changed it to blue later on because they wanted the shiny color to be pink like the earthworm. There's the timer! So I hope everyone's learned something about Dratini today. Sculpey can be pretty unintuitive, for real. The irony of getting a goddamn Kit Kat ad after asking that questions. You can eat any kind of clay if you're pica enough about it. I love these so much. I need to have a noodle durgan on my desk. Oh yeah, Sculpey Primo. I know that stuff. Pretty tasty. Dratini is my favorite dragon. It was really good. I posted the group pic from right before we started the parade on the Discord. I'm curious about that gloss coating. Where's the changed stream title? I turned it off because I want this stream to look thematically appropriate. Since I'm making a great effort here to paint these guys. Alright, let's see. Dratini is like a very nice shade of blue. I was scared that one of you would change the title to be like poo-poo clay or something like that. And then the stream wouldn't look good, despite all the time I spent on it. Removes the GI from Delta Redemption. I knew spreading misinformation was Katie's favorite hobby. It is. I think I read that somewhere. We'd still have Dratini if Katie told us it was a worm. I never knew that as a Stumbles. And you'll never know it again. So I'm just using ordinary acrylic paint here. This is Liquitex Heavy Body, which is a nice quality professional paint. I'm gonna start with the sleepy one because I think it'll be a little easier somehow. I don't know why I think that, but I don't know. Maybe the pale green color just encourages me somehow. Redeemed edit stream title to Poo Poo Play. I said clay, not play. I had the perfect stream title. What was it? Dare I ask? Alright, I'm gonna mix a little bit of this very dark blue with a light blue so that we can get sort of a medium blue. I think that's how that works. I'm using a slightly different brush than usual. I have something funny to show you guys in a minute. I think you're gonna like it. Well, you'll feel some kind of way about it. Oh my god, that dog scared me. That made me like jump. Oh, this goes on really nice and smooth. This is no problem. I thought I'd have to like layer it on a lot more. This is no issue at all. It looks great. Sculpey can take a paint, no problem. I'll just say about the thing that I want to show you that I found it. I was going through my drawer of old themed stream stuff, and I found this thing and was like, oh my god, I have to show everyone what's become of this. So that's my hint to you. Maybe one of you can guess what it was that I found in my drawer. The dog needs to shut up. This is my stream, sir. Dratini does not bark. Ooh, going around the little ear is kind of tricky, isn't it? I'm so happy to be doing this. I've wanted to do little sculpted guys for like years. And I used to do the Model Magic guys, but you know, that's like a pretty cheap material. It just wasn't totally satisfying to me, and I just didn't practice very much. For this one I watched like videos of other people doing it because I wanted to be better at it, so I'm hoping that will pay, you know, huge dividends. I'm so happy with how the paint is like smoothly going onto the clay. I thought it was gonna be resistant somehow. Every other part of this process has been resistant. Redeemed show puppy. That's not my puppy. It's pup isn't. That's an outdoor puppy. You can't see it, but I've got my horrifying acrylic paint palette. It's such a mess. I'm using it just off the camera. I'll show it to you in just a minute. It's straight up a disaster. I haven't cleaned it in years. And I do mean years, I'm not exaggerating. Okay, I'm using the brush to get into all the little nooks and crannies because I don't want any green parts showing through. Acrylic paint is basically like a liquid plastic, so it dries in the air pretty quickly. You have to be kind of ready for it. I'm gonna put this down for a second while I catch up on the chat. Oh, I love all these guesses about what it could be. You can't possibly think when you're doing it to say something as uncouth as that. I love a Liquitex heavy body. Whoa. Fat beats mini small Dratini on stream. Dog! Katie got a puppy. Show us puppy. That means we need a Dratini eating stream at some point. Good point, Toby. Redeemed show puppy. It'd be funny if in a Vap comic, Vap and Dratini found themselves in a field of Dratini and Vap started to panic because she can't tell which one is her Dratini. Well, she would just have to ask Dratini something that only the real Dratini would know. And then they would all say, draw in response. And it wouldn't solve the problem one bit. It's the slime. The orange egg, the slime. Brian Family Guy. Real Vaporeon chunks. Dratini does bark as a treat. Will we get a clay Vaporeon? It is actually so funny that you said that because I really, really tried to make a Vaporeon out of clay and I failed. I completely failed. It didn't work at all. I gave up. I tried like twice and it looked so bad. I think I was making it too large. It kept collapsing under its own weight. It was kind of grotesque. I should have saved it to show you guys for the stream, but honestly, like, this material is kind of expensive, so I didn't want to waste it on like a really bad sculpture. So that particular Vaporeon has been reconstituted into Dratinis. It was for the best, you know? This is the best possible outcome for her, trust me. And I'm getting some of this blue paint like on Dratini's little horns and stuff. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna be going over with like a titanium white on top. It's a very, very thick type of white. So it should totally cover up any blue smudges that are in places I don't want them to be in. And I'm leaving the bottom like green because that's gonna be white eventually. You know what I mean? I do have to get, like, this part, though. The underblange, as we all know. Oh, whoops, I'm almost holding Dratini off camera because I'm looking so hard at it. I don't think anyone is very likely to, like, pick this up and look and make sure I got all the under part done. But, you know, I want to do it right. I want to do it right. Like I said, this wasn't a cheap material, so I need to nail it. Okay, quick break to catch up on the chat. Model Magic doesn't taste that great either. Nooks and crannies can be a real bear to get paint into. I do have some very tiny brushes with me, so I'm hoping that'll help. Pup isn't. So show puppy anyway, doesn't matter who it belongs to. Some of these stream awards have long names. Is the cake down dry paint thick enough that you can do the ultimate peelies with it? It's more like scrapies. You're so brave to paint over exposed Pokemon cards. I should honestly move those, you're right. That's such a good part of acrylics, the peelies potential. Whoa, Auroran, that's an awesome sticker. Eating water. Crazy emote. Dog cam, dog cam, dog cam. Is the stream massively buffering for anyone else? Had it pause once or twice, had a couple frozen stream moments. My stream is good. 20 years of Pokemon anime and stream is running good. Tried to get a real Vaporeon out of clay. She kept saying, get your Kentucky Fried hands away from me, the circle of life. If my Dratinis don't look good, I blend them up and make a new Dratini. Why is my stream buffering every 5 minutes? Try a refreshing blade has some small issues for me, but not since the refresh. Would you consider Dratini a snake or an eel? Yeah, I think a Sneal. As a Dratiniologist, where does the Dratini body end and tail begin? The tail actually begins right at the neck. A slug, putting tape or paper over the top of areas you want to leave unpainted can help with the cranny painting struggles. Oh, that's smart. Are its fins gills? If so, eel. It does live underwater in most Pokemon titles. You have to fish it up with a fishing rod. So I would be inclined to say it's more of an eel than anything else because of that, because it must have the ability to breathe under the water, so I'm just gonna go right over its little head horn things. I'm gonna be making that white later. Get the back of the head and the neck. I wonder how our little bonus Dratini is doing in the fridge. It was really cute. At one point I had all three of them on a little plate. Like a little dish of noodles. The plate was like way too big for them too. It just looked really adorable. Okay, I'm gonna hold it. I don't really want to hold it by the ear. That feels dangerous. Oh, thank you for the gift sub, Blade, to Chylith. You have given 87 gift subs in the channel, and that puts us one closer to our goal of 100. We are at 33. The big 33. What Pokemon is number 33? I'm gonna guess it's like Oddish. I feel like it's a grass type of some sort. Okay, getting the back of the head. Getting into all the nooks and crannies. In some places the green Sculpey is like showing through a little, but with a few layers I think that'll just disappear no problem. Thank you for your guesses, by the way, on what I found in my drawer. Some of you were correct. I'll show you in just a moment. Just want to make sure I got like everything here. Wow, this is a good material. Grabbing it right by the horns and it's holding on pretty well. Okay, great. Alright, we're just gonna sit this little fella down and let it dry while I start to work on the next one. But first, happy birthday, grins like a mad woman. It's not my birthday, it's your birthday. Maybe your happy birthdaying yourself. My next announcement, the Pokemon X RuneScape ROM Hack fan game I was a part of rebranded from Pokescape to Summonscape, no longer limited to GBA, and being made in Unity. Oh, that's cool. Top 3 qualities: clay the material and clay the person share. I'm trying to think of something that doesn't sound inappropriate. Expensive. Let's see. It's malleable, but not rigid. Pleasantly malleable in terms of personality. Cute. I don't think clay has that many things in common with this. The good thing is snakes and eels are both edible. Doesn't matter which one Dratini is, it's an eel. More of an eel than anything else is what they called me in college. Blade, thank you, says Charlotte. Honestly, I thought this special stream is because you wanted a meme on 6... Is that today? Happy 6/7, everybody! I got money and food for my birthday, and I wanted to share the love. Well, much appreciated, thank you. It looks like we're in a hype train. If Dratini lives mostly in the water and has gills, does that mean a grown-up Dragonite doesn't have gills? As it flies and lives mostly out of the water? Does that mean Dratini is a tadpole and Dragonite is a frog? Maybe. Pokemon 33 is Nidorino. I wasn't even close. Maybe Pokemon don't breathe. Have you ever seen a Hitmonchan with asthma? Tom Cranny is my Animal Crossing OC. I appreciate it. It's everyone's birthday now, Vap. Say the inappropriate thing. You know you want to. I'm currently doing a playthrough of Legends ZA and using only Dragon types. Oh, that sounds fun. Vap! I want you to know, and Kiwi, today one of the hardest knee fights in Final Fantasy XIV has been giving players trouble for 6 days, and today's 6/7, the day one team finally cleared it first. Team D's nuts! Dies, I'm alive now. No, Poketalk is on a 30-minute cooldown so that everyone can truly consider what they'd like to select. And so I can get a break to think of more lies. Oh, did I say this next one was going to be shiny? Okay, actually, you know what? I'm going to put a vote in the chat. The third one is going to be normal Dratini colors. So 2 of them will be normal Dratini colors, and the poll will basically be, should I make this one a shiny or not? The normal one, the normal posed one. Let's see, I got some kind of a notification. Stumbles, thank you so much for your gift sub to many dogs. I like how that makes it sound like you actually are just giving it too many dogs. Okay, you have 1 minute to vote on shiny or not. We are 62% of the way through a level 1 hype train. Oddish is 43. Okay. 10 Pokedex numbers off. Keep redeeming Dratini facts! The whole stream just Dratini facts! Wow. I wonder if I am capable of coming up with that many falsehoods about Dratini. Only time will tell. I hope so. I don't feel like I'm a good liar, but an inventive liar, sure. It smells like something is burning. Did I take my Dratini out of the oven? I think I did. 1 second, I'm just gonna message the household real quick. Is something burning? Okay, let's see what they say. Mecca, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. You've given a total of 373 in the channel, which is actually absurd. Thank you for the gift subs to Armadis, Len Jedi, Strawbium, Zelda Link 4, and Derek V. We are on a level 2 hype train now. We are 39% of the way to the 100 sub goal, which is killer. Okay, most people voted for shiny, so we're gonna do shiny. I think only one person voted for not. I apologize to that one person, but we're going not. I mean, we're sorry, we're going shiny. We're going shiny, the opposite of what I said. I lied to you. I didn't see the poll. Dang, Charlotte, nothing's going right for you tonight, huh? Apologize to me now, Sis Blade. I'm sorry. I'd have also voted for not, to be contrarian. That one was me, Sis Blade. Oh my god. Okay, shiny Dratini is pink. How do you guys say pink? I've seen a lot of kerfuffle lately about the pronunciation of pink. I pronounce it pink, but I've heard pink. Or like pink. Pink. I don't know about pink. Blade gifted me a sub. I'd say almost everything is going right for me tonight, Vap. And why are you complaining so much? Where is the thing from your drawer? Oh, you're right. Yes. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys, for anyone who wasn't here at the time, a couple years ago, I did a slime making stream. I made various types of slimes, and then I just threw them in my drawer, and they've just been in there ever since, doing whatever. So you can see with this one, it has settled. All the thick parts have sunk to the bottom, all the light parts have floated to the top, nothing crazy. It kind of moves around, it's still liquid. Then with this one, this is the one with quote-unquote real Vaporeon chunks. You can see she's in there, there's a tail, there's another tail, we've got some sea creatures. Oh, here's some more Vaporeon chunks. There she is, floating around. So she's just been in there in my drawer for years. You've got a clownfish, a manta ray. Not a great slime, but it has a certain je ne sais quoi. I don't know, I like it. And then, this was the thing I really wanted to show you today. And there's this. How does this make everyone feel? Because I'll admit, looking at this, it's got a challenging energy. I'm holding it completely on its side right now, and you can see the speed at which it is moving, which is absolutely cellular, just barely moving at all. So I thought maybe we could just kind of pop this open and look at this crude oil that I've manufactured. This is so gross. We are 4% of the way through a level 3 hype train, by the way. Thank you so much. You guys can just appreciate the slime while I catch up on my chat. No one says pank. I also say pink. Hello, Alberto Daramano and Butsukoi. Personal. I forgot about those. Why is there kerfuffle about pronouncing pink? People have too many kerfuffles. They really do. The slime! Mitosis. Science project gone wrong. Hello, Dusky. Bogwater slime. You hit your toe. I'm not your sister. You made brown. I did make brown! Looks like caramel with sparkles. That is a very charitable interpretation. Thought the cutting board took out the slimes. What did he do to her? The Vap staring directly out of the bottom is a bit unsettling. That's a slime that's killed a cutting board. The other slime is really something. Free energy, pond scum. Fat baby, I can smell that from here. Ooh, I should smell it. Oh, it's not good. It's not good. I'm putting that away. It smells bad. I do know about the pitch drop experiment. That's what they used in that. You made your own Exxon Valdez in a jar. I'd eat it. You could burn it and it could power a small town for days. So reflective. Bite the pond scum. Oh yeah, check this out. This is how you can tell that I was really dedicated to the idea of special Sunday stream. I burned the crap out of my arm trying to bake these Dratinis in the oven. You can see the line from where the cookie sheet gouged me. So that's fun. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna move these Poke cards, didn't I? Okay, you know what? Let's actually switch the positions of everything. I think that'll be the best way to do it. We'll put the little army of Dratinis up here, so you can see and appreciate them in all their eel or snake beauty, whichever you prefer. There we go. I actually have more Dratini cards than these. These are just the ones I could find easily. I feel like I can't get rid of them. That's my little baby guy. I love my baby guy. Thank you very much for the hype train, by the way. I much appreciate it. Oh, we got some kind of walking frog situation. Bite the pond scum. No, you shouldn't. I should smell it. Katie, moments before disaster. What were you expecting? I don't know. I just wanted to have an experience. I just wanted to have a sensory experience. Blood, sweat, and tears for Sunday streams. Would you say Dratini are cooked? Oh yeah. Clearly not much, Toby. Drink the slime. How does it taste? Be careful, Antonio. Heat is hot. I love normal water, actually. Thank you. Probably closer to eels. Okay. It's time to mix up the pink for our shiny. Let me see, do I have a pink paint? I have Naphthol Crimson. What else do I have? I don't have the biggest collection of acrylic paints, because they sort of dry up over time. Yeah, let's start with this crimson and see where we can go. See where the evening takes us. Okay, that's very, very red. So then I need to lighten it with some white, perhaps. You know, in the card game Magic, there are goblins in lore that are all about sensory experiences. What I'm trying to say about is you can sometimes be a bit of a goblin. Nice! Burn under Dratinis makes me wonder what Pokemon Dragonfire is and does. Does it burn and give heat like fire? Dragon Breath paralyzes. Oh. I mean, I guess it's like a purple fire, so I don't actually know. That's a really good question. It's definitely a different color. Uh-oh. Bad news. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, hang on. Please hold. I don't think you can see it because of the lighting here. This is my white tube of paint, and I thought that this was like liquid paint inside, but well, if I get something pointy to sort of jab at it, you can see it's well, okay, it's still tacky. It's like half dry, maybe? Uh-oh. This Dratini might have to be a normal colored Dratini. Either that or like bright red. Hang on, let me dig in my box and see if I have any more white. I need to put it in order at the paint store, clearly. Oopsie poopsie. What is this? That's green. That's not any good. More green. All my homies hate green. Okay, let's take a look at this. Is this any closer to pink? Actually, it kind of is. Not that much. Dang, I really thought I had a bunch of white paint waiting on me. Oh, Scruffy V is raiding with a party of 44. Hello, Scruffy V. How's it going? Cloud Raid. Hello, Firmachu. I'm getting raided. How is everyone doing this evening? I'm doing a special Sunday stream. I don't usually stream today, but I made these little Dratinis out of Sculpey, or I guess the plural of Dratini is just Dratini. And now I am painting them. I thought I was going to give this one its shiny form, but I actually don't have enough white paint to make pink. And I have one more Dratini that's currently in the fridge because it was too hot to handle. For anyone who doesn't know me, I am Vap, and I do watercolor art usually, and I make Vap comics. I've rated Scruffy a number of times. And I stream usually on just Wednesdays and Fridays, but right now I'm kind of starting a new kick where I'm going to be doing some Sunday streams. Sorry, my notifications are kind of busted. It plays the sound effects twice. What was Scruffy streaming tonight? I know they usually raid and dash. I hope it was a good one. I'm gonna have to order more white paint. Okay, let me see if I can maybe mix like a little bit of yellow with some of this red and we could get pink. It's gonna make orange. But a girl can dream. Maybe we'll make a weird orange Dratini. Why not, right? Streaming a Dawn Ref. Oh, sick! What is the low-quality MIDI of the Zelda treasure chest opening theme? You know, I actually am not sure, because sometimes the alert box plays my sound effects, which you guys are familiar with, and then other times it plays like the default Streamlabs OBS noise. I don't know why. Every day the situation with my alert box gets more confusing. Let me mix yellow with red to get pink is certainly a sentence. Oh my god, it's so true. Okay, well, this is definitely not pink. You know what? Let's start with what we have. Let's start with a orangey red color, and then I will get white, and we can layer the white over the pink over the top of this later. So this will just be like our base coat to get Dratini all nice and smooth. Because part of the reason I'm painting these rather than just sculpting them, like, you know, I could just use pink clay, like bright pink clay, or blue clay, but I think the paint helps smooth out any little imperfections in my sculpting job, like little nail marks and fingerprints. These things are covered in my little fingerprints. You could probably use these to, like, unlock my phone or something if I don't put paint on them, so... Wow, this is like a sunburned Dratini. Oh, it would be so cute to do like a little set of rainbow Dratinis, like one in each color of the rainbow. Maybe I should do that for like TwitchCon this year. One of the ideas that I had is like Dratini with different items from Pokemon. Like I wanted to do one with like a citrus berry, and one with like a choice scarf, and like, you know, a rocky helmet, all the classic like hold items. Heavy duty boots, though I don't know, I guess you could just put it on its tail. I just really like Dratini. I think Dratini deserves a little more time in the sun. It's a very simple design, but it does a lot. Sometimes simple is the best. I need to get a little more red in here actually for a nice even tone. You ever think about how weird it is that, like, for people who are about my age in the chat, like, our parents' generation really didn't have, like, sunscreen? It, like, came out when my mom was a kid, and it, like, wasn't good. They just kind of had to deal with the whole sun situation. Sounds really rough. I was just thinking of that because this Dratini looks so utterly lobster-like and sunburned. Hang in there, little guy. Yeah, you can see there's a crack on the side of this Dratini, like a split in the clay, because I made it a little too thick. I didn't realize that the instructions said not to make it more than, like, I think an inch thick, or 3/4 of an inch thick, maybe? Unless you put, like, some sort of a, like a structure inside, like a little, like, I don't know what you call it, armature, I think, maybe? And I'm painting on parchment paper so that if I put it down with wet paint, I can peel it back off without too much difficulty. I really didn't want it to get stuck to... Oh, whoops, sorry, I'm literally painting off camera. I didn't want the Dratinis to get stuck to my table. When I was sculpting them earlier today, the clay was absolutely sticking to the table, and I was considering the possibility of having a permanent Dratini sculpture just glued to my desk. Would be kind of sick. Not convenient, but, you know. Okay, let me catch up on the chat. Anecdote for today: in Monster Crown, there's a bug-like monster as a substitute for a chicken called Kroodledoo. Fusing two of them together means King Kroodle. Fusing two of those makes King Crew. One more time with King Crew makes Crew, a godlike bug chicken that is edible. But, continued, somehow if you could eat Crew due to the compression of many entities, Crew is essentially a balloon for fusion reaction among other things. If you took a bite out of it, you ended up with mouth, throat, stomach, intestine, colon, and then finally rectal cancer in that order and die. Oh my god. What if you mixed Elmer's glue or milk with the red paint? Dratini, teeny, teeny, I made you out of clay. When you're dry and ready, Dratini, you shall play. That's how I envision you eating the brown slime and the reaction after. Don't show your fingers, your prints will dox you. Are you showing fingerprints on stream like the car keys? Freshly molted Dratini, one heavy-duty boots and I'll buy it. That was worth the anecdote. I think you described the exact medical effects of bog slime. Yeah, I think that's what would happen if you ate the slime that I showed you on stream. We cannot, in fact, discern your fingerprints on the clay. That Dratini needs less time in the sun. It's sunburnt. That's from the Monster Crown Wiki, believe it or not. Simple and clean. You know, Katie, if you show your exact paintbrushes on stream, people can steal your artistic ability. Oh, that'd be sick. Just like with car keys, they can make a copy. I forgot to bring sunscreen to the Pride Parade this weekend. Oh, so you look like this Dratini right now. God, I'd literally be labeled as allergic to the sun or something in a time without sunscreen. Dragonair facts! Ooh, boy, we're going through the whole evolutionary line. Damn right, that's what I was saying. Eating a crew is no different than eating your bog slime or your brown slime or real Vaporeon chunks. Okay, I will do Dragonair facts in just a minute. Let me finish this this coding. Dragonair is more sophisticated than Dratini. It has more lore and respect on its name, so I'm glad that we could take a deep dive into some fake Dragonair facts. I mean, real Dragonair facts. Alright, let's get the back of the head here. This paint is like getting so dry so quickly. I'm trying to like get it off the palette ASAP. You'd think I'd be used to paint drying quickly with watercolor, but honestly, watercolor doesn't dry that fast on the palette. Or it doesn't get like gummy, it just kind of gets dry, but then you can like re-wet it. With acrylic, you can't re-wet it. Like I said earlier, it just turns into plastic, so you kind of have to use it while it's there. I can show you guys my insane palette in a second, too. Okay, very carefully holding it by the head horns. I don't think you're supposed to handle a Dratini by the head horns, but this is simply, I don't have a choice here. I've got to hold it some kind of way. It's like that meme showing you how to hold various anime characters, and the one where you hold it by the head is like, don't do this, you will give it brain damage. Okay, there we go. Not bad, not bad. Okay, I think I got all of the pink quote-unquote areas on here. You wouldn't download a paintbrush. Believe it or not, I absolutely would. Surely you can 3D print a paintbrush. I don't know if you can. Most paintbrushes are made of real fur or hair, so I don't think 3D printers are quite there yet, but maybe they are. I don't know what 3D printers are doing. There's a huge one in the garage right now, but it doesn't belong to me. Okay, let me get my timer going for the totally real and reliable Dragonair facts. Okay, 30 seconds, right? There we go. So Dragonair originally was supposed to be the third evolution. Well, no, it was supposed to be a split gender evolution in the Ekans and Arbok line. So if you evolved a male Ekans, it would become Arbok, female it would become Dragonair. But they got a lot of angry emails from women who were like, I want to be an Arbok too. And Arbok's, you know, she's got a lot of feminine power, so, Dragonair, you know, it doesn't, it was originally purple, so that it would fit into that line. The timer went off. I wasn't done speculating. Yeah, it was originally purple so that it would more match the line, but unfortunately that, you know, didn't last for long. How's this one drying? That's why they made it blue, to try and make it look like it was supposed to be part of the Dratini family all along. And I think they successfully pulled the wool over our eyes, because a lot of people today just don't know that it was supposed to be, called, Airbok. Dragon Airbok. not a good joke. Thanks for redeeming fake Pokemon facts. Like, comment, and subscribe for more misinformation that, if you're not careful, you'll accidentally put in the same folder in your brain as real Pokemon facts. And then you'll be thinking about it someday, and you'll be like, wait, was that real or not? Because I've told you guys a lot of real, but weird and esoteric Pokefacts on here, so it's only a matter of time before you get it all mixed up, that's all I'm saying. I will fool you. Yeah, so you can see here with the second coat of paint, it's starting to look really nice. You can't see any of the green Sculpey underneath. It's looking all smooth. Ugh. I'll probably do at least 2 coats per teeny. And then if anyone missed this earlier, I'm going to be giving away a bunch of Dratinis once we hit the 100 sub goal. So if we hit it before July 1st, I will have a Dratini party and give away many creatures. And I'm going to be finishing them off with like a shiny resin coating. But they have to be totally painted before then. I'm going to have to order more titanium white so that I can do the white markings, because it's actually going to call for a lot of it. Honestly though, the bottle is like so close to being empty, I'm not surprised that I have to order more. I just didn't realize it would be both empty and dried up. I love this song. I'm going to adjust my camera in just a minute. I feel like the lighting is not showing Dratini to best advantage. This song always reminded me a little bit of the, that song from The Sound of Music. Like, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens. Not the whole thing, but there are parts of it that sound a lot like that song. Kind of charming. Alright, got the face. All the little nooks and crannies. Though it's not as important to get every single nook and cranny for this coating because the undercoating of blue looks good enough for most of the details, I think. Okay, I'm getting all inside, underneath. And the last thing I want to do is make sure this top part of the body is nice and smooth. I don't want any blobs making it look bumpy. Okay, let me clean my brush. I kind of love this red Dratini. It's like drying even more aggressively red than I thought it was going to. It's kind of crazy looking. Okay, let me adjust my camera. Let's see. Maybe turning the lightness, or the brightness up a little helps. Yeah, you can see a little bit more of the detail there. Okay, let me catch up on the chat. Gen 3 hatching scores of eggs. I'm in bike music. It's cute. We got 3D printer that prints with real Vaporeon chunks. That's why Jessie has an Arbok in the anime. They needed to make it up to women. Arbok's girl power is so important. Ekans evolves into Arbok, which evolves into Reebok. Is Airbok the Vapverse version of Air Jordans? That's kind of sick, actually, Kiwi. I just choose to believe it and spread further misinformation. Redeemed coat challenge. See how many coats of paint you can put on one Dratini. After a certain number of coats, it becomes a Drat medium. My favorite surprisingly true Pokemon fact you shared with us is a Ken Sugimori-based Dratini on Earth where we found after a hurricane. That's right! A lot of people don't know. Our buck evolves into Seviper. Will they only get shipped around the US? That is a good question. These are so small that I think I can probably ship these internationally. Let me get a quote, though, from the post office and make sure that... I mean, they're so small. I'll double check. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get the third Dratini from the refrigerator. It should be, ready now. It should be cooled, inshallah. Be right back. Hello, I have returned bearing Big Honkin' Burrito Dratini. This is my favorite one that I made. It's so silly. I made the biggest burrito I could feasibly have Dratini wrapped around. Oh man. It's so wonderful. Look at that burrito, full of, I don't know, beans, whatever goes in burritos. I'm so excited about this. Alright, this one will have to be normal Dratini colors because this is the canon Vap Comics Dratini, so it must be just so. She's gonna eat it? Take your time, Vap. Thank you. International deliveries require less than 1K coats of paint. True. Yeah, just getting my snack out of the fridge. I want that one. Burrito Teeny. Yeah, this one baked pretty well, actually. I think I don't see any cracks, so this is good. Alright, let's start with light blue. A beautiful coat of smalt. A burrito? A succulent Chinese burrito? Get your hands off my Dratini. What is the favorite food of Vap's Dratini? It is either a big honkin' burrito or a Go-Gurt. This is already in a blue Sculpey, so it's gonna look like I'm... Oh my god, it literally looks like I'm doing nothing. Wow, now how is this for good television content? Don't get too excited, folks. You ever wanted to see someone pretend to paint? God dang it. I didn't realize this wouldn't show up at all on the camera. Okay, well, you know what? You'll at least be able to see when I'm painting the burrito itself, because I'm gonna do it in tortilla color, so, you know, whatever color that is, tan, I guess. Oh my god, that's so funny. I guess you won't be able to see any mistakes, though, in my painting, since it's blue on blue. I'm really in my blue era, I guess. I know these days we associate, the color blue with being sad. Like, oh, she's blue, or she's going through a blue period, or whatever. But not so long ago, it was actually the color brown we associated with being depressed. The phrase being in a brown study meant that you were depressed. And that sounds like a fake Pokemon fact, but it's actually real. Thanks for following, True Neutral Fox. Welcome to the chat. You can never leave. Much like the Hotel California. In some ways. Not a lot of ways, to be honest. There's an ice machine. So in that way, it's similar. Ah, I'm getting blue paint all over myself. Okay, hang on, let me wipe this off. Abstract Fab streamer, she paints a white canvas with white paint for 2 hours! Ah yes, my famous polar bear scene. Mecca, I'm not sure what you sent. It's just showing up as asterisks for me, like completely. Was it a link? Did you say fart idiot dinosaur loser, perhaps? The forbidden phrase? You can like kind of tell I'm painting this just because you can see like the shiny spots, right? Like the wet spots. Oh my god, this is so silly. All this because I saw someone do it online and was like, yeah, that looks fun and easy. What an arrogant fool I am. All art looks fun and easy when you're watching someone else do it. Actually, that's not true. I've definitely watched some streams where artists make it look painful and bad. You ever watched a digital artist streaming and they just draw a line like 5 times in a row and just keep hitting undo, 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 undo? But you know what? I'm not throwing stones. If I could undo my mistakes in traditional art, I would. I just can't. They're permanent. There's nothing I can do. Get your hands off my Dratini. It was a clip, but I forgot there's no links. I'm still trying to fix that. Darn it. Okay, I'm getting under Dratini's neck here. Well, thank you for the clip. Unless it made me look bad, in which case, oh no. In which case, no thank you for the clip. Okay. I think that's most of the blue on our little fella. It's kind of hard to tell if I missed any spots, though. I guess, like, inside here, the part of the coils that are touching the burrito needs some paint. All the little divots. The Dratini divots. Okay, there we go. Little burrito fella is all set. We do art not because it is easy, but because we thought it would be easy. Exactly. I went to get a drink, saw the new Dratini, I thought it was beheaded for some reason. Oh my god, I totally see what you're seeing. That's crazy, but I actually see it. This is the trainer who got me on the Dratini. Redeemed let chat post links again. Oh, you wish. That's not gonna happen. I see that I know your vital throw well. I see you know your Bluto well. You two need to stop being funnier than me on my own stream. Okay, let's see if I can get any of this white paint to function. It's like, it's not totally dry. It's still a little bit, it's like getting toothpaste out of a tube. Oh my gosh. It's still a little bit there. How do I do this? Oh god, what am I doing? I love how anytime I step away from the medium that I know and love, it's just a total disaster. Okay, I've scraped it like it's gum. Okay, actually, I think I could water this. I think if I added some water to this, this could be usable paint. Maybe. It's like the texture of, like, gum that was stuck to the bottom of a table, but, like, not for that long. So, that feels promising, right? Let's see if we can sort of water this into paint again. Oh no, it's sticking to me. Oh god, oh god. Nope, higher music. I forgot it was Vulpix a few days ago. Oh yeah, it was Vulpix Day. I'm sorry, I'll bomb all my jokes in the future. Bluto is good. Yeah, no, Bluto is very good. That was quite good. This is Vapcomics Manifest. That guy is such a legend. Oh, this is just not. Oh, this isn't what you want from your paint, is it? This isn't right. Oh man. Special Sunday stream, everyone! You know what? I am getting some paint out of this, though. I know you can't see it, but I actually am... It's happening. I can see paint forming in my palette. I just need to keep mushing this goo around. Yeah, yeah, okay. I definitely still need to order more from the store, but this will work well for like an undercoat of white. You know? Well, maybe it wouldn't work well. This will work okay for an undercoat. Yeah, that's fine. That's no problem. Okay, I'm just gonna move little red teeny over. We're just gonna see if we can get a little bit of white on the schnoz. And then I'll put a thicker layer of white once I get more in the male. For now, this is just kind of there to cover up the green for the most part. This is a very thin white, but you know, it's still fine. I can also kind of use this as like guidelines for where to put the white later. It's almost like a little sketch. Thanks for following, Silly Circle. I like your username. I don't know if I pronounced it right, but it felt right to say. I feel like it's oil-based, right? I think it's like plastic. Wait, hang on, you're pranking me. Oil is oil-based. Acrylic is like plastic. Thank you for following. Oh, it was just playing the notification again. I thought it was a different follower. Just my usual double notification. See, that one is playing my Hamtaro sound effect. The doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. That's the sound effect that plays in Hamtaro when a new hamster joins your party. And that's how I think of you guys, as my little hamsters, so... I don't know what you're gonna make of that. And yes, this, the undertone of this Dratini is in fact a pale green color. The camera just doesn't want to acknowledge it. Well, that plastic is made out of wood again? I don't know. I studied English. I don't know what plastic is made out of. Let's look at the back of the bottle. Acrylic polymer emulsion. Complex silicate of sodium and aluminum with sulfur. Does that help? Oh my god. I don't know, Art. I'm guessing, yo. Plastic is made of oil, till I learned. Oh, I thought you were pranking me, Stumbles. Is plastic also oil? I'm not a hamster, I'm a mouse. Yum yum emulsion. All I know is that a couple weeks ago there was like an aerospace plastics factory that almost exploded in Orange County. So, I think it's made out of bombs, as far as I can tell. They evacuated like 4,000 people because they thought that the plastic was gonna pop. Okay, the horns are really tricky to paint. I think I'm gonna have to switch to a smaller brush in a minute because they're like stuck onto the side of the head, so delicate. We're getting there. This is starting to look more like a real Dratini. That's why plastic explosives are a thing. Wow, pop reminds me of the days of the child going out in the stream and poking tar bubbles with a stick. This paint is made of water. This paint is made of oil. My paint is made of several minerals and rocks. Oh man, I guess everything is just kind of made of oil these days, isn't it? Maybe not these days, maybe just always days. I guess it is sort of coming back to me now that plastic is made of oils. It just kind of boggles my little mind though. Because oils is wet and plastics is dry. But I guess plastics start as wet. Everything kind of starts as wet when it comes to manufacturing. I don't have any like point at which I can move this thing. I guess the blue paint is mostly dry, so that's fine. Anyway, what's everyone doing this week? Y'all got any good plans? I'm trying to think if I have anything interesting this week. June is a little bit of a chill month in California. People are starting to hit the beach again, but nothing's really going on. It's July that everyone starts to get psychotic here. We're having a bunch of, like, graduation ceremonies and stuff this time of year. But that's about it. People are starting to hit the beach, like, but with like hesitation, you know? They're wanting to hit the beach, and then they're getting there and realizing it's not really time yet. That's the feeling. Let's see. Okay, this Dratini is getting better. We're just gonna move it back there and work a little bit on Sunburn Teeny. Most watercolors are actually like that, lol, made of several minerals and rocks, I mean. Interesting. Hello, Dragon Hanny. Dragonini? Dragon Haney? I'm not sure how to say it. When manufacturing humans, we all start out as wets. I'm not sure after today. College starts tomorrow. Oh, probably signing up for a ceramic studio. Oh, cool. Pretty much going to a different Pride event every week this month. Oh, nice. Do you have that many in your area? That's sick. Alright, let's see. I think the paint, the white paint that I left in there is actually softening up after soaking in the water a little bit. It's starting to look better for sure. It's just gonna be a matter of layering, layering, layering until I have a nice thick coat on all of these little teenies. I wanted to do the tummy on the first one in white, but then I realized if the horns are wet, I don't have anywhere that I could like hold it by to work on the underside, so I'm gonna have to do it like one bit at a time. Everything is made of minerals and rocks and tubes. God, that's so true. I should do Pride events myself. Easy Coast kind of goes wild with it. North Easy Coast. I got a doctor's appointment for next week, gonna get screened for cancer. No signs. Recent family history, so I'm doing it to be safe. Yay, adulthood. That is the responsible thing to do. If it is available to you, you might as well do it. Whoops. My Dratinis are sticking to each other. I need to move that one over a little bit. There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna hold this one up so I stop bumping it into the other one. I don't want to pass on its sunburn, so to speak. Okay, there we go. That's been lightened up considerably. And now let's do the little ears. Dratini, more like Drasticky. Maybe pushes the drive between 17th and 29th. Is it from the Pokemon Center website? They sometimes give really broad windows for when stuff will arrive. Don't worry about Kiwi being funnier than you before. I sent something to Short Circuit. Oh, good. Actually, I don't think I can hear the music right now. Can you guys hear it? I have my fan running, so that might just be blocking out all the volume. I do feel like I've learned a lot. This isn't exactly how I wanted these to look, but I think I would do an even better job next time, which is good because I'm making a whole bunch of Dratinis, so I can only improve. Alright, now the other ear. One second, the Automat didn't like the word ho, even though you were talking about ho-oh. Hi Riley, how are you? No, you're not too late. I'm streaming for another hour. Dratini has a big nose. It's from Amazon. It's broad times for ETA, then here's your ho-oh plushies. Yeah, my ho-oh just kind of goes to another state and chills for a while. I don't know what's up with that. It's just hanging out at the burned tower or the tinned tower, perhaps. I'm gonna check my P.O. box again this week and see if the second ho-oh ever arrived. I'm waiting on a package from Vivian Modal, so hopefully that will be there too. And ho-oh can be the steward of it. Alright, there we go. This is so tricky. Maybe I should have just done Voltorb. If I was smart, that's what I would have done. But I'm a fool. I spaced out a bit. What were we talking about? I don't know. Your mom. I can start making bad jokes to lower chat's average humor rating. What does Dratinis say when its plans are foiled? Drat, Edie. It's really good. It's really good. It's kind of motivational, right? Because it'll make everyone think like, we could do better than that, right? And then we'll all try harder. Maybe? Alright, mixing up a sort of a tan color for the burrito. Adding some red into it so that it'll be more of an orangey tan color, not a sickly yellow. Yeah, there we go. That's a nice flour tortilla color. Now this is going to require several coats of paint because the blue is going to shine through the yellow very strong, and it's going to look green. So once I layer it on a couple times, it'll improve. I just need to make the tortilla color stronger than the blue. Maybe add a little more yellow into it. Yeah, that looks nice. Acrylic is different from watercolor because you can lighten it back up by just adding more light paint over the top. You really can't do that with watercolor, so it's in some ways it's more forgiving. It's more forgiving about color. It's certainly less forgiving about texture. You can end up with really lumpy, wrinkly looking acrylic if you're not careful, because it just shows every little wrinkle underneath it, which is annoying. Flip the little fella over. There is burrito under here as well, though that's not too important to get the bottom of the tortilla correct, but we're gonna do it just for verisimilitude's sake. Continuity and canon and all that. You can also see that I didn't put any filling in the bottom of the burrito, which sort of messes with it, but you know, that's okay. This is just one of those Chipotle burritos where it looks really full and then it's not. Let me clean my brush off a little bit. It's getting super gunky. Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Thanks for following, Kip and Dots. Is that like Dippin' Dots, but with Kip? Let's see. Voltorb is irrelevant. Prominent Vap Comics favorite Voltorb. Not this song. I hate Malamar. Amazing cut. Princess tried to be serious and had this crap in it. I hired a Pokemon to tow my Crash Blimp. It's drag in air. I love Malamar. Can't stop hearing Patapon, 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 Patapon. We're doing Poketalk Fake Edition. We're doing Dragonite now? Of course, we have to do the whole family. Is Vap's actual name Vap in the comics? Okay, so it used to be Cheddar. Her name was Cheddar. I don't know if that's canon anymore. I haven't decided. Riley is on a 20 stream streak. Why, thank you. Don't say it. You know, I've heard Vap's comic referred to as Vap and Vaporeon, which is her birth name. Her birth name, if Cousin Eevee ever evolves, what do you think she'll evolve into? It's an ethnic name. Will Eevee change names if she evolves? Okay, great questions. First of all, I need to do my fake Dragonair fact, or my fake Dragonite facts. Let me think for a moment. Okay, so in the original Red and Green version, if you went to Lavender Town and you played the Lavender Town theme backwards, it actually made Dragonites cry. And this is because, this is referring to the secret fact that Mr. Fuji actually is a Dragonite who's wearing the clothing of a man. That's why he's bald, is because he couldn't figure out how to get hair on top. So he's bald just like Dragonite. A lot of people don't know this, but it's hidden right there in the theme if you just play it backwards. So, wow, that was actually 30 seconds. Okay, let's see. Her birth name, gosh, I guess I just never thought about it. I guess they probably just called her Eevee until she evolved. But that's so weird. I don't know. If Cousin Eevee evolves, what do you think she'll evolve into? She strikes me as a Leafeon type somehow. Holy crap, I always wondered Mr. Fuji was 8 feet tall and had wings. Yeah, a lot of people just didn't pick up on this, and it's like, I guess we were all just dumb kids when we were playing that game, and we just didn't, you know, register that that was kind of weird. That maybe they were implying something. And that's why he cares so much about the Cubone in the towers, because he's sympathizing for his fellow Pokemon. Maybe it's his son, who knows? Who's to say? Hear me out, Pep, hear me out. You know what? It's your birthday, so I will. Even though I'm scared of what you're gonna say next. You get birthday privileges. That one is actually a feasible fact with how janky those games were built, because Eevee would be a Flareon, because sometimes her attitude is stinky like Flareon. I can just picture her as a Leafeon somehow, with the half-lidded eyes. Maybe her leaf would kind of hang down like emo hair. I just, like, I see it, you know, I see it. Is there a nominative determinism aspect to naming your Eevee? Did Vap's parents name her that because they wanted a Vaporeon? That'd be kind of incredible. Like, you can just decide, your kid comes out and you're like, alright, I think it would be convenient for the family's HM coverage if this one was a Vaporeon. So, yeah, maybe when they're in the egg, they're like, okay, we really want this one to be a Vaporeon. Let's soak this egg in bath water every day so that it'll definitely want to be a Vaporeon. Maybe there's something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I think I mixed this paint too much and it has bubbles in it now, and I feel like that's gonna be bad. Maybe if I, like, tap it on the table, the bubbles will pop. No, it didn't do that. Well, shoot. How do I fix bubbles in paint? I'm just gonna, like, smooth it out. Try to massage those bubbles out. Because it is canon that Vap was a Vaporeon from a very young age. She didn't, like, wait to evolve. She just kind of knew what she wanted to be from the get-go. But then it's like, maybe that's what her parents wanted. Maybe she was being mind-controlled. By Espy Mom! Oh my god, I can't believe this is how I'm finding this out. Okay, the bubbles are actually popping on the nose. That's good. Just need to not mix the paint so vigorously that it produces bubbles. That's not a good thing to do. Whoops, oh my gosh, I just grabbed it by the wet paint. Everything is wet paint at this point, though. I don't know what else I'm to do. The paint has run amok. Not the Pokemon. Just the concept. Pokemon just see people as a species of Pokemon. I know that in this is gonna sound like a fake Pokefact, but this is real. That in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, in the original Japanese games, in Canalave City, there's the library that has all the, like, myths and lore about the Sinnoh region and Pokemon. And in the English edition, it says that people in Pokemon used to be so alike that they would eat at the same table. But in the Japanese edition, it says they were so alike that they would even get married. And that was changed because our delicate Puritan sensibilities, I guess, didn't like the idea of marrying a Charizard. I don't know why, but I guess some people are just afraid of what they could have with a 10-foot fire-breathing dragon. You know, I said it out loud and it actually made more sense. Fair. Arc, SB Mom Arc. What if EV parents just use the stone at birth? Why wait? I spaced out so hard. And I thought the dumbest name for your slime. Applesauce! Oh my god, Blade. We've been proven thrice in a stream. It's an utter waste of energy and water to have a crappy machine gaslight you. When we have our own streamer, do it much more efficiently. She only needs snack water and paint fumes. And slime fumes, don't forget. Have I hydrated? Not super recently. Let me get the little horn thing painted. Dratinis' forehead dot, where it keeps all its awesome thoughts. And then I will take a nice sip of water. Once again, my nose was not bothering me at the beginning of the stream, but now that I've been talking for an hour, it's starting to get stuffy. I don't know what to do about this. I guess just be stuffy. There's nothing to do. Oh, it looks so cute! Oh. I think Orthworm should have a base stage that's just a smaller worm that just kind of looks like a little Dratini. I think Orthworm has a lot of potential for adorability. It's already, like, pretty cute, but imagine if it had a little baby worm. It would be incredible. Alright, there's the horn on this one. I went over the edges a little bit, but that's okay, because I'm gonna have to go over this one with pink later anyhow. All part of the plan. This one's gonna take a lot of layers of paint to get right. A true fake Dragonite fact is that for an April Fool's joke, a magazine called Expert Gamer back in '99 said you could evolve a Dragonite into a Yoshi if you caught all 150 Pokemon you excluded, traded a Dratini from Red to Blue or vice versa, go to Cerulean Cave, and there are Mewtwo's in, level up the traded Dratini to Dragonite, use a Firestone to evolve Dragonite to Yoshi. Yoshi is a dex number of 999. Riley says, that's not going to stop many people from doing it. Made up my mind, I need to go to the doctor. Yeah, definitely. If you think it's diverticulitis, that's nothing to mess with. And you can be treated with a simple course of antibiotics, so why wait? Would you rather marry a Huntail or a Weepinbell? Oh, probably Weepinbell. I think Weepinbell is very cute. This paint is not fun. Yeah, it sounds miserable. Drink the paint! I will drink some nice clear water, thank you so much. Well, it kind of looks like paint. Orthworm has a great shiny. But yeah, it's not very good. Yoshi and Pokemon happen eventually with Super Mario Mon. I wonder if they'll ever do anything like that. Like, in Link's Awakening, they did a bunch of Mario enemies, which made sense because it's a dream world kind of thing. A fantasy, you know, a hallucination, whatever you want to call it. So it's like fine that there are Mario guys there. Do you think Pokemon would ever do anything like that? I feel like they're so protective of the brand. But they have done Pikachu dressed as Mario Pokemon cards, which by the way are very expensive cards. I'm glad that the types of Pokemon cards I think look cool don't tend to be the ones that are expensive. I don't like the way that the Pikachu Mario cards look, honestly. They're so weird. This is a cool song. I feel like I'm a detective. Alright, there's the schnoz. These are starting to look like Dratinis. It's fun for body press. Earth Eater and Shed-Tail are pretty nice too. That makes sense. This is build mode from Kerbal Space Program. Oh, I love that game! Which Pokemon would be the best to marry specifically for tax purposes? Ooh, Oranguru would really be helpful for my taxes. Honestly, any smart psychic type, I feel like could find a bunch of, like, exemptions and deductions and stuff. Alakazam, maybe? They already did. Copycat and Saffron is a reference to Mario and Wario, as in the game title Mario and Wario on her TV. Oh, that's cute. Probably not. The only thing I'd expect to see is the Pikachu dressed as Mario cards and Mario Maker collab. Did you say detective? The one with a game with Mario has a bucket on his head. Game Freak was the developer of Mario and Wario, so that's why. Oh, okay. That's fun. Mewtwo. I feel like Mewtwo, when it came to tax season, would just become enraged and find the IRS and like destroy their offices with his psychic powers. Which, you know what? Actually, now that I'm saying it, not a bad outcome. I'm also gonna go with Mewtwo. Because Mewtwo is a very smart psychic Pokemon. His whole problem is that he loses his temper. Whereas I can't imagine an Oranguru losing its temper, but, you know, sometimes you need to lose your temper a little bit. Sometimes it's the only way that things get done. You just gotta fly off the handle. Alakazam would figure out your taxes for the year 2126. In Pokemon Stadium 2, if you got a Nintendo console for your room to decorate with, the TV will display screenshots of various Nintendo games. Pokemon Stadium 2 was developed by HAL Labs. Oh, was it? There are, of course, screenshots of Kirby games. I did not know that. Mewtwo isn't like the Joker. He isn't afraid of the IRS. Do taxes exist in Pokemon? I don't know. I mean, the Pokemon world has, like, businesses and corporations and jobs. And they appear to have universal healthcare, so maybe? It's sort of implied? Though I guess the most corporate Pokemon region is the Unova region based off the US, so... Because they've got, you know, all these office workers and skyscrapers and people who are stressed about their jobs, and... I distinctly remember there's an office worker in Castelia, the New York town, that talks about how his Pokemon wakes him up every day with wake-up slaps so that he's not late to work. Just thought that was cute. Not helpful, but cute. Well, I guess it's kind of helpful. It could do it more nicely, though, for sure. Okay, I'm glad I was able to get a little bit of white pigment out of this paint. We're getting there. I don't know how to pick these up at all. I'm gonna do a little bit of white on Dratini's belly here. Just so I can kind of like decide where the white paint is going to go. Oh, sorry, that's mostly off camera. I keep wanting to hold the Dratini like as close to my face as possible so I can like really see what I'm doing. But the camera is like your face. The camera is the face of the chat, so I need to be considerate of your faces. I'm sorry. And your face doesn't happen to like the color green. That's just how it is. I'm sorry. This is gonna look so good when I put the like shiny finish on it. This sort of like matte finish makes it look very much like a craft project, I feel, which is not like a bad thing, but it's not super pro. But a shiny finish will make it look like a real professional jackass made these Dratinis, which is what happened. Okay, I'm just gonna leave this upside down. Well, sort of on its face, I guess, so that the bottom part can dry a little. Okay, let me catch up here. Oh my gosh. I fell behind so far. Mewtwo had burst into the IRS headquarters and gone a long Ayn Rand libertarian rant before killing them all. Just gonna go ahead and pin that. Mewtwo would go off because he knows the IRS knows how much you owe but won't tell you. This is the original plot for the second movie. Have you ever a Game Freak property called Pulse Man? I'm assuming you are, considering a certain number of Vap comics is inspired by it. I am aware of Pulse Man, but who in Vap comics is inspired by it? Side thought, I want to send Electabuzz to eat all the electricity from data centers, and then Tyranitar to eat all the RAM. Castelia City is interesting. Wow, that's surely some world building. Is it the US or New York specifically? I recall it being New York very, very specifically. No, I think you're right. They strongly implied the Unova champion as political power over the region. I want them to explore that more, right? New York with minor California inspirations in black and white too. The one thing that consistently makes me think that Unova is more than New York is the desert area, because I think that the desert area and then the city in the middle of the desert is based off of Vegas. What is the name of that city? It's the one that has like all the entertainment stuff. I can never remember the name of it. Nimbasa. I always thought Nimbasa was based off of Vegas, but I could be wrong. Let's see. Has there ever been a Pokemon insurance company? What a notion. Pokemon payday loans. Splatoon has a couple of Pokemon-themed Splatfests, such as choosing between Red and Green in Japan, Red and Blue in the US, and if you prefer Watergrass or Fire types, as a starter to celebrate the release of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Aww, that's cute. There is an insurance company in Galar. It's a subsidiary of Macrocosmos. These are great ideas for my PMD setting, really. I remember. God, I forgot all the little corporations in Sword and Shield. Tim Goodman from the Detective Pikachu movie worked in insurance from the start of the flick. Chairman Rose is his tendrils in all of Galar. One of the employees literally asked if you have life insurance? That's insane. When I read Macrocosmos as the name in Shield, I was certain it said Macrocosmetics, that in Burbank. Reno, Nimbasa. It's Rotom. Rotom is inspired by Pulseman's design. Oh, I didn't know that. The in-game city. Yes, not Reno IRL. I'm hoping I get into a BLFC, then I'll be going to Reno, and I would like to. I haven't been to Reno in ages. Reno is cool. I want to go to a Bass Pro Shops, or a, the other one, Cabela's. They got those out there all over the place. I think the window for applying to BLFC did just close, so I'm hoping that I'll hear back from them somewhat soon. Fingers crossed. I know it's a long process for cons to go through all their apps. I just really want to go, and I got in last year, but then I couldn't go, so either that means it's a good sign for getting in this year, or it's a bad sign because they'll remember that I got applied and then didn't go. But I mean, I told them immediately that I couldn't go. It's not like I was a no-show. I just really want to go. Last time I was in Reno was for a wedding, and I was living in the Bay Area at the time, and so the only way you can go from the Bay Area to that part of Nevada is by going through the Donner Pass, which is where the infamous Donner Party got stuck. And it's pretty crazy out there. It's just like, kind of like pine forests as far as the eye can see. It's like, it's not like a totally like empty landscape, but you can really see how people got lost and ran out of food and stuff. It doesn't look like a great place to be scavenging, that's for sure. Definitely an ominous feeling up there. And I'm not sure if it's just because I know the history or not. Let me catch up on the chat. The champion is literally stronger than everyone else in the region. I don't think anyone has a choice but to give them political power. I've played Pulseman, it's pretty neat. I'm kind of developing a political exploration of the Pokemon world, actually. Ooh! I want to go back to BLFC, but flights are nuts right now. They are! Flights are really bad. Oh yeah. My mom was going to fly back to Connecticut to reconnect to some of our extended family, but she was looking at flights and was like, you know what? I don't think I want to spend more than $1,000 to go to rural Connecticut. I think I would like to spend that money on something else, so I think she's going to try to fly later in the year when hopefully flight prices have settled down. That's a real big wishful thinking there from me, but what else can you do? Just doing another layer of white under Teeny's nose here. And a little bit on the head horns. Just gotta keep building up the white layers, one by one by one. I want it to be like a really bright white by the end, and the only way to get that is just layering, layering, layering. Let's see. Aurora redeemed Big Stretch. Thank you, I will. Kind of related, but how are wars fought in the Pokemon world? Would humans fight alongside Pokemon with guns in the modern age? I don't even know if they have guns in the world of Pokemon. Yeah, XY had a war, and the Lucario movie had a war. It kind of looked like everyone just all fought together, which was crazy. Blade says, I could have been told wrong, but MFF is opening dealers apps next month, I think. Oh, that would be nice. Let me know if you see open apps anywhere. Definitely send them to me. Imagine each human commands a team of 6 Pokemon in operations. Donner, I don't even know her! Forgot to mention I'm employed now. Oh, sweet, Kiwi, congratulations! That's gotta be a relief. Happy employment. Sweet glad for you, Kiwi. Freaking awesome, Kiwi. What kind of job is it? Peak mean. They have guns in the anime. I shall. They have guns in the... Yeah, they do, that's right! And only in the early episodes. It's just running attractions at a kid's hotel chain, but it's the first regular employment I've had in a while. That actually sounds fun. I was gonna say it sounds awesome, but I mean, maybe not awesome. Because you're still, you know, having to deal with the public. But it sounds like it could be fun sometimes, at least. Entertaining. We have a Legoland here in San Diego. And apparently it's just sort of a standard thing for high school and college students in this area to do a stint at Legoland. Does seem like fun. Legoland is a very charming park if you haven't been. I know there's several in different parts of the world. I believe the location in San Diego is the original. It's a very, how to put it? They're very intentional and sensitive about sensory needs, which is really nice. They have a lot of like good food options for kids who are like not super comfortable with weird types of food. The park is like pretty quiet overall. There's a lot of places to like just chill out. I really like it. It's very like opposite of Disney in the sense that it's just like a relaxing place to be. And there's like rides and stuff and like events and places you can go to have fun, but there's also a lot of places you can go to just like sit down and look at some Lego. Great park. Definitely recommend it if you're in the San Diego area and you don't really know what to do with yourself. And it's not in like a super busy area either. It's a little bit like off the beaten path. So like parking and stuff is not difficult. Very bubbly music we're listening to right now. Okay, let's see. Lieutenant Surge is an American. He said his Pokemon served with him and saved his life. I don't need a new gun. Lieutenant Surge is neat. It won't be boring, that's for sure. Kids can be unpredictable. True. Finished coloring comic page for the week, Dabs. Hey, good job, Toby. You ever see Lieutenant Surge in the anime? He's like 9 feet tall. Yeah! Either that or Ash is like 3 feet tall. There's one in Orlando, too. That's right. Good night, Dusky. Catch you later. A large dude. My first paying job was at a local water park. That did not work well for me because it was very because I was very indoorsy. Oh god, yeah. Did you have to do like lifeguardy stuff? That sounds rather intense. Reminds me, I was surprised to find IKEA has a daycare in some stores. I get why though, but it's not something I expected from a furniture store. Wow, that's intense. Yeah, I guess if you're there to like, let's say you're like a couple who just bought a house and you need to like furnish the whole house, that would be a very long, extensive IKEA trip. So it does make sense that you'd be like, alright, I'm just gonna drop off the kid for like 4 hours while we figure out how to furnish the whole house. Or honestly, even if you're just there for an hour and you have the kind of kid who just doesn't want to look at IKEA furniture, like, fair. I always hated going into stores with my parents. Not all stores, but, you know. If it was something like an adult, you know, task, like, oh, we need to go buy a new lamp at Target. I was like, please leave me in the car. Please, 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 please. I don't want to go look at Target lamps. It's funny, I like really strongly remember my aversion to it too. Or like going into the grocery store or anything like that. Kind of funny to think back on. I love going to stores now. I love looking at things in stores. Stores are great. I wanna see what's in there. So much stuff is like irrelevant to you when you're a little kid though. I think that was basically my thought process. It's like, are there gonna be cats inside? Are there gonna be Pokemon cards? No? Sounds like it's not for me. Let's see. That's very nice. I always appreciate theme parks offering options for sensory people and all. Exactly. That reminds me, I was surprised to find I already read that. I went to an IKEA before and after FWA. I want to go to Legoland. just how it sounds like they accommodate autistics is nice. Yes, they definitely do. My brother's wife's sister, I don't know what her relation is to me. My relative has an autistic son, and Legoland is like their favorite because it's just not a stressful place for him to be, which is wonderful. It really is a nice park, and the people who work there are so nice too. They're really like sort of careful with their like staff training and stuff, so they're really there to help all kinds of people. Just a nice park. I really can't say enough nice things about Legoland. I went when I was a kid, and then I went again when I first moved to San Diego back in, I don't know, 2018 or maybe 19. Just had a lovely time. Yeah. Yeah, you can see that these Dratinis, their noses are slowly getting more and more white as I layer the paint on. Ideally, if I had more white paint, this would be happening faster, but you know, I don't have more white paint, so I'm just gonna have to do 6 billion million layers until my new tube of paint arrives in the mail, and that's just gonna have to be okay. It's kind of fun to do a Sunday stream again. That's like a good energy, like I'm starting the week with a stream, I'm getting some creative energy out on a Sunday night. I feel like usually by the time I get to Friday, I'm just like, oh my god, thank god it's Friday. Sunday feels a little more fresh. You'll ever get like the, what is it called? The Sunday scaries? Just getting in like a weird mood because the week starts the next day. Let's see, I love Legos. Good old Smallland. What hotel chain is it? And blurry memories of going to the IKEA daycare and being like, this is the best of places. That's really cute. I also want to go to Legoland. Same. Great Wolf Lodge. Okay, that was going to be my guess, but I literally, you said it, and I almost said Great Wolf Lodge out loud, and then was like, you know what? Maybe she doesn't want me to exactly name the location she works at, but there's a million of those, so it's not like you're doxing yourself. Some of the furniture displays are neat. I was a pool attendant. I did stuff like stand at the top of water slide and tell kids when it was safe to go. Oh gosh. I got a blahage while it was there, a very soft dog plushie, and a tiny meerkat and bee. Oh wow, they had more plushies there than I remember them having. Blahage! I loved and still do love going furniture shopping or hardware shopping. When I was a little kid, whenever we went to Walmart or Ames. What is Ames? My mom let me wander off to the game department. I was always there, so it was fine. Nice. I still feel like that about shopping with my parents as an adult. Toby, just picturing you, an adult man and homeowner, being like, can I wait in the car? Aww. I reverently approached the pile of plush sharks and said, hello, friends, for picking one up and taking it with me. I bet they make so much money off the blahage. Great Wolf Lodge, my goodness, awesome. I actually am into Great Wolf Lodge too, despite not being to one ever. I'd love to visit myself. I've heard really good things about them. I got the largest one too. Blahage are expensive. They're like 40 Canadian dollars. Oh, cool. For the dog, I wanted to make the Blahage have a friend. I still want to make those Blahage Blast stickers. It's on my list of things to do. I just haven't done it yet. The bee and meerkat, I was like, these plushies are out of place and alone. You're my friend. We're having soft tacos later. Still in awe, I managed to get the Blahage home. Fishy friend was very large. Oh, did you have to like jam it into your suitcase? It does seem pretty neat. Nice is a less expensive Disney alternative. My niece really liked it when I took her. Yeah, especially for little kids. It's like, I mean, if you just have endless money to spend, then spend on whatever you want. But if your kids are young, they're going to get just as much fun out of something like Great Wolf as they are Disney, and it's a lot cheaper, so kind of seems like a more cost-effective approach. And then you can take them to Disney when they're older and, you know, have the brain skills to really have a good time. Disney's just kind of a complicated park. Like, I love Disney, but there's a lot going on there. Like, when I went with my little baby nieces a couple months ago, like, they were like rock stars. They coped with it really well, but it's just like, it's a big, fast, loud place. They just kept wanting to go. They would go on a ride and like it, and then they just wanted to go on the same ride like all day. And it was really hard to explain to them that, like, you know, the line has gotten longer, or like we should do something else, you know, we should check out a different ride. A little too young, but they really enjoy it. Okay. catch up here. By the way, I wasn't kidding on if you made a HDB Dratini, I'd buy it. Maybe we can work on that together sometime. What is HDB? I'm sorry. I don't remember. Yes? I want you to do gaming streams again. Once a week as a treat. One a week as a treat because you deserve it. That would be really fun. I see Sunday is the end of the week. Yeah, sometimes it does feel that way. I guess it depends on what your job is too. I'm actually interested in Greyfoot Lodge because they're mascots. They got redesigned in 2022. A neat little cartoon series called The Great Wolf Pack. I thought it was so cute that I was interested in Greyfoot Lodge now. I didn't know they had a cartoon series. The Sunday Scaries, never heard that term, but I totally loathe those feelings. It's the worst, right? Sometimes I even get them if, like, I'm looking forward to what I'm gonna do the next day. It's just this feeling of, maybe it's just the feeling of, like, I don't want to transition into the next day. Posting comic pages on Mondays means I have a helpful scapegoat for the Sunday Scaries. Charlotte redeemed PokeTalk Fake Edition for Mega Dragonite. Oh, that's a good one. Thank you. I'll do that in just a minute when I catch up with the chat. Especially since I'm usually finishing the page up at 11 p.m. on Sunday. Oh gosh, they're neat. I had a vacuum pump to compress my clothing. The IKEA friends all fit in there. They're squishy to an extreme. Look up the Great Wolf Pack when you can. It's so cute, very smart for it being a creation for kids. Adorable. That's how it feels. My mom and I have very different approaches to shopping. Yeah, that can kind of mess everything up. Didn't know if Ames is a big thing. It was probably just a regional thing in western Pennsylvania. They went out of business before the 2000s, probably. But it was another retail store chain akin to Walmart, Kmart, and Target. Oh, okay. I don't really see the appeal of Disneyland or World. HDB equals heavy-duty boots. Oh, yeah, okay. AMES, not AIMS. Okay. I heard about the redesign when I was looking into them before the interview. Got to talk to the entertainment lead at my location about it for a little bit. They seem to put a bunch of care into their characters. That's so sweet. True fact, Mega Dragonite stole my wing ears from my owl angel. Interestingly enough, I have a few friends that love the show too. Aww. Alright, let's do Mega Dragonite facts. So originally, Pidgeot was actually supposed to have 2 sets of wings, and then they took them off because they knew that someday they were going to want to give the extra set of wings to Dragonite. And what it is it's an evolutionary thing, where with successful generations, like with pugs, right, they're getting puggier and puggier as people breed them. People have been breeding Dragonites for so long that they're actually too fat to fly with the wings that they have. So that's why we came up with Mega Dragonite and took those wings from Pidgeot, so that Dragonite can still get off the ground. A lot of people don't know this. That's the end of the timer. HDB equals happy Dearth Bay. Oh my god. The shark is pronounced Blowhee? Is that how Blahaj is pronounced? Blowhee? I guess it is Norse. Oh, thank you for redeeming Hydrate. I will. True Kiwi. Wow, Vap over here fat shaming Dragonite. There's no shame in it. He just needed those extra wings, it's fine. Not he, more like hi. Blow high. That's funny. I wouldn't have guessed. Okay, I want to do the green bits in the burrito. I'm going to use a very little brush so I can get little green lettuces. A lot of burritos have like either like a salsa or like little lettuces in there. What's really popular out here is a California burrito, which I think is like, instead of beans, they put french fries in it or something. I'm not that into it, honestly. Some people really swear by it, but burrito al pastor is my go-to. God, after TwitchCon last year, because we had an assistant for once, we actually had like, well, I wouldn't say we had energy, but Clay and I didn't feel like walking corpses after the show each day, and so we would actually like walk to a local taco place in the Gaslamp district, which is right around the convention center, and there was this incredible taco and burrito place that we would go to every night, and I would just get the exact same thing. And it was one of those places where like the staff don't care about you. They're so rude, but like the rudeness is like balanced out with how good the food is. It's almost like the more rude the staff is, the better you know the food will be. And I have a picture of Clay. I think the last night after TwitchCon, he wanted like food for leftovers later, so he bought like 3 burritos. I have a photo of him sitting at the table with his like mountain of food, just smiling. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. It's such a funny picture. He looks he looks like he's extremely stoned, but he's not. He's just really tired. Let me see, that was October of last year. There it is. Sorry, the glare on my phone is kind of harsh. You can see he's got 2 drinks, 3 salsas, and 3 full-size burritos. His eyes are barely open. We were so tired. I was like, smile, and he was just like, okay. if you're making me do this. The Gaslight District! Boulder, that's a really good joke! Oh my god, that's really good. Oh my god. Might have made a full fan universe and involved the characters of the Great Wolf Pack. This idea has then traveled a new faraway land with the anthropomorphic birds inspired by Latin America. Whoa! Interesting, I'd have never guessed that either. I like the English pronunciation more. Do you think Dratini eats its veggies? That question when Vap asked them to? That's a good question. According to all known laws of aviation, there's no way a dragonite should be able to fly. Dragreenery? Draginary? Fries instead of beans sounds too starchy and dry. Yeah, it's dry! It's like a local place. I remember this. Holy hell, he's living his best life. Clay, after the paint fumes hit, he looks like he's about to give up! He basically was. I chew on 3 burritos and 2 salsas and 3 drinks. Ideal. I'll share the trailer in the server. Oh, sweet. Thank you. Yeah, so the reason we had an assistant last year, was that the previous year, we didn't have an assistant. And, like, it's not that big a deal for me to not have an assistant, because, like, I don't know, I pace myself, and I don't have that many customers at a time, but Clay's booth just gets slammed at TwitchCon. It's just non-stop for him. And so after the, not this year, but the year before, it was like the final night, it was Sunday night, we finished, and like, we were starting to pack up the booth, which takes like literally hours, it's like a whole thing. And Clay just like sat down in the corner on the floor of the booth, and he just like couldn't get up. He was just like so sore and so tired, and he just sat there for like, I don't know how long, it felt like an hour, while I was like starting to pack and like saying goodbye to people and stuff, and he just like couldn't, he had given up. Mind, body, and soul. It was like he was able to keep going during the show until all the customers left, and then he just died. I was like, dude, we need to get an assistant next year, because I think you might have like a medical event if we don't have someone helping. Oh my god. What do these figures in that picture have in common? They both have baked clay! I'm adding some additions to the drawing I made of Vap and Zubat. Oh, yay! This is too many things to eat, Katie. I quit. Boulder! The people need their dice. 10 out of 10. Holy shit. Oh yeah, Vap. The Pokemon Fossil Museum is going to be ready around MFF. Wow, really? If you're wondering what this Latin American spider birdland is called, it's called the Field of Wings. Is that like the Field of Dreams? Perhaps? If you build it, birds will come. I would really like to go to the Pokemon Field Museum. I don't know if it'll end up being accessible, but in terms of like tickets and stuff. Like I was planning on going to Worlds this year in San Francisco, but everything is not exactly rolled out on time or on schedule, so I think I might have to skip this year. We'll see, we'll see. I was able to get like last minute passes to Worlds this last year, which is why I went. Someone I follow on Twitter was just like, hey, Pokemon is selling a couple like last minute passes, and I was able to just nab. They were like single day passes, which is why I was able to nab them. Alright, there we go. Just using a little bit of extra blue paint to correct some accidental white spots on here. Yeah, like my approach to conventions is like, if it's a one-day convention, I'll put a little more like energy into it, but if it's a multiple-day show, I have to pace myself. Like if I put 100% in on any one given day, like I will like get ill and not be able to continue. So each day I have to give it like 60%, you know? And that's how I'm able to continue on. I just get so sore because of my bad back and so like tired. I can't go as hard as some people do at these shows. I'm often very impressed by what people are able to do at conventions. I know people who will like table and then they'll like go and party after tabling, and it's like, oh my god, you're like a king of myth. So I'm told, nah, it's already open, but it's worth a look. I just like things like that. I'd like to see it just on principle. Where's the blue that I need? Here it is. Like Gilgamesh. Just like the Epic of Gilgamesh and his Minun and his Plusle or whatever it was. God, what was it? His Miko and his Pico? His Hatsune Miku? Yes, the Piku and the Miku! Pep is over 30, she gets tired fast. It's true, it's true. I just feel like I don't give 100% to anything. I give like 80% to everything, which is how I'm able to do that. I'm like very high energy in like social settings and stuff, but it's because I don't give 100, you know? Just fixing some of the little white spots on the back of Dratini's head. Those were mistakes. His Minun and Plusle. I just remembered it had something to do with Pokemon, but I think that's because I was thinking of Hatsune, Miku, and Piku. It wasn't Plusle and Minun. Oh, it's fun to imagine, like, epic figures from Myth with their own Pokemon, but they're, like, not cool Pokemon. Like, Jason of Argonaut's fame could have, like, a Makuhita, you know? Aw, it's cute to imagine. Just his little buddy, there to help. You gotta have a little buddy. Would you guys be so mad at me if when I finished these I gave them the dead, soulless eyes of Funko Pops? You do, don't sell yourself short. Why, thank you, Blade. The most partying I've ever done while tabling at a con was getting hot pot and watching Fury Road in someone's hotel room. That does sound sick, actually. Katie one day can mention, hi, thank you for your patronage. Your purchase helps support indie artists like me. Exactly. That's the message that my shop sends when I ship a package. By the way, if anyone didn't know. You gotta have that 20% reserved for emergencies. Exactly. Katie, multi-day conventions. Alright, move out of the way. I'm a watercolor artist, so I do not have the crayons at the time to explain to you that you're holding up the line. Move it, mouth breather. My full has some things and you can half-ass everything. Direct quote from Katie. Exactly. Oh, Vap, honey baby. I've been to all manner of furry con parties. Last one I went to was Jackbox, but I saw my friend Maddie and I was happy. Jackbox does sound nice. I did not play the Chackery box. Anyway, I didn't expect to be talking about one of my hidden interests here. Plusle and Minun gives me ideas for a Miku and Tito art. Who is Tito? Sprigatito? But that's not how Sprigatito is spelled. Sprigatito? Because I haven't been watching the Pokemon anime, but I've seen a bunch of really cute clips of the main character's Sprigatito, which has evolved all the way into Meowscarada, but it still acts like a little baby kitty. It's so cute. Anyway, I think the parties I've been to -1 were great. I don't know how I do them. Tito is a non-official Vocaloid? Oh, okay. I see, I'm becoming cultured. Slowly but surely, like yogurt, I am becoming cultured. Okay, I'm definitely hitting the point where I don't think I can really proceed until my new jar of white paint gets in. And then I'll be using this special, the camera's not really wanting to show it, this special Sculpey glaze, which will make it look beautiful. You know what, maybe what I'll do is I will finish working on these off camera with the, you know, appropriate amount of white paint. And then maybe I can do another stream where I do like the gloss coating on them. Because I have a couple more like half-finished Dratinis that are not here, so I could just do like a Dratini glossing stream. I was gonna say glazing, but I feel like that has the wrong implication. I will be glossifying these teenies. It just sounds satisfying, doesn't it? It almost sounds like a Peely's stream, just like making them look all shiny and beautiful. Kasane Tito is another Vocaloid similar to Hatsune Miku. Is it pronounced Tito? Maybe I'm getting her confused with Gumi. That's delightful. I don't know, I'm still a baby Vocaloid fan. Recent years, she's paired alongside Miku and recently performed a concert together for the first time. Neat! Sounds good. I can't type. Nevertheless, gotta go anyway. See you. Catch you later, Riley. Thanks for hanging out. Miko's blue and Tito's red. Mine and Plusle. See the connection? See the vision? Yassifying Dratinis. Is glazing a good thing or a bad thing? It's like flattering. If you're glazing someone, you're like, you know, hyping them up to the point of being kind of like a sycophant. Unk is the new thing too. Teto. Oh, means you're complimenting someone profusely. I'll post the updated picture in the server when I'm done. Sick! The Miku and Piku are wooden objects implied to be a ball and a baton, or a drum and a drumstick. So he basically lost his baseball? Is that what's going on? Oh, that's so funny. Wow. What a journey. Okay, I think I have to finish for the evening because I'm literally just out of the paint colors that I need. Let's send a raid over to Cass again because Cass is doing a subathon as well. Oh nice, they've got their VTuber up. Perfect. Okay, raid message is truly a raid. Thank you so much for hanging out, everybody. Thank you for the hype train and the many subs. We are 39% of the way to the goal. We are getting much closer. And I will see you guys on Wednesday. Have a wonderful evening. Goodbye, everybody. Oh yeah, don't forget to stay soggy and eat shit, gamers, as always. Goodbye, everybody. I could be glazing oomph to stave off Unk. Okay, you shouldn't say that. Bye.
Alright. Oh shit! Great timing!
Truly a Victorian just rated us.
There's 2 big giveaways coming right up. 2 big
Let's give
giveaways.
a warm welcome.
Alright, out of the giveaway dashboard.
Alright, sorry. Not this
Out
one.
of the
Not
giveaway
this one.
Oh, huh?
I'm sorry, I'm telling chat not this key.
We did it. It's over.
No!
It's there.
Oh my god.
It's only day 10!
We're there! We're there, baby!
Holy
Hour.
shit.
You are a legend.
Holy
It's only day
shit.
10!
Ire, for ire.
That's the subathon, baby.
Oh, now you're
Fuck up,
back.
Jack. Fuck
Yeah,
you!
I've actually been back for a couple minutes, but I forgot to unmute my mic.
Were you like talking to us and we're just ignoring you?
Yeah, just a little bit, yeah.
Holy shit.
Hype train incoming home. Treasure train! No! No! No, wait! Please, no, not the discounted subs again. Fuck! Wait.